So until now, what we have covered? What about the last topic? So guys, good morning. What about the last topic which we have seen? What we have seen in the last session? BSc? No? After BSc, we have seen something. Right. So after BST, we have seen conversion of gender tree into binary tree. That is one topic. After that, we have seen DBT, standard binary tree. You will be given, I mean, to reduce the null, which is, you know, then the leaf node, right? I mean, if there is no child, then there will be something called as null when you represent a tree in a linked list format. So we have used CBT to reduce that null. Do you understand what is CBT? I mean, what are the two operations which we have performed in CBT? So the last topic is TBT. So guys who are online, can you let me know what are the two types which we have followed in TBT? Yes. We have marked some arrow like this. Yeah, yes. So one is like one-sided and single-sided, double-sided. What is the type? Single-threaded. Yeah, that is single-threaded. Another one is double-threaded. So which means in single-threaded you will focus only on the right side. Right side. Yes. And in double-threaded you have to connect both left and right. Right. So what you will do if there is no, I mean, the last leaf of the node is on left side, and then there is nothing to connect in the top. So in that case, what you will do? So you will connect that to head, right? Head pointer, that is called as. Fine. Please switch on. So guys, what I'm saying is that the last topic is about TBT, threaded binary tree. So in this, what we do is that uh, when you represent this particular tree in a linked list format, you know, at this child, you know, this child doesn't have any left and right nodes further, right? So we will mark that as null. So if you mark that in terms of, you know, like null, like this, okay, so here there is nothing, right? After this there is no child, which means that if you consider this as a linked list, and you will have three set of boxes, right? One is data, and then left pointer and right pointer. So now this left pointer and right pointer will be null, is it? Then the same goes here. So here left, and because there is no further upcoming you know, node here, so that initially I'll mark it as null. So you see this here, there is two nulls, and then here two nulls, and then for this also there is two nulls. So overall there is 6 nulls, right? So we need to reduce this. So in TBT we will reduce it. I mean, in threaded binary tree we will reduce these nulls. So one way of reducing is, like, one type is like single threaded binary tree, which means we will try to reduce only the right side of this particular linked list. So I'll go to that, and then I'll show you what is right side. If you see this, you can see that. See, this is the node number is 1, and this doesn't have left and right child, is it? So which means left side is null, and then right side is also null. So this is single threaded binary tree, so that I'm just connecting. So you just want to find the in order of this one. So if you find in order of this one, then you will be getting an order right? Like 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. So you just want to compare. I mean, you just want to check what comes after, 1. So I mean, from the sequence. So from the sequence, you can see that after 1 there will be 3. So you need to connect this 1 to 3. So similar to that, 5 to 6, which means only we are focusing on the right side. All right. So this is single-threaded binary tree, and in double-threaded binary tree, we will check for the both possibilities, which means both left and right null. Even here we have left null, but in single-threaded binary tree, I didn't consider that because as it is single TBT, so I'm just focusing on the right side. But if you want to do double threaded binary tree, then you have to fix this left side null pointer also. So again, you just want to find the in order of this tree. So write the numbers in the sequence. Then now for this C, you just check what comes after C and before C. So in that sequence before C there will be B. So if you do that, then you just connect that particular node to B, and after C you can see D will come. So you just connect that one. So now there might be a question that, because you see this here for this A, if I want to, there will be left pointer will be null, and then right pointer is also null. So for this left pointer, I have a null, but I want to somehow connect this one to something, right? But there is nothing, because after this, even if you connect here, so you can't find any node here. So in that case, what you want to do is that you have to introduce a new node here as called head pointer. So you just want to draw a head, and you just want to connect this one to the head, and similar to this I, because this I doesn't have anything to connect over there, so it will go and connect with the head. So that's how this TBT we will do. Fine. So this is what I'm explaining in the last class. Okay. So then you guys can see this, right? Yeah. So what would be the applications of trees where we can use this trees? Do you think that this tree concept can be applied somewhere? Where we can apply? No idea? You can guess something. Just tell me where we can apply, what we can do with this trees, why we are learning this tree. No idea? Huh? Yeah. So one thing is that mainly for search operation. So because we have seen binary tree, that is a basic tree which does not follow any rule, like we will just simply construct. It has only 2 children, but less than or greater than you can put anywhere. But in BST, we will apply the left child of the root node. I mean, from the root, the left child should be less than the root, and then the right child should be greater than the root. So like that we will form. Why we are arranging something in that form? Because if you have a lengthy tree like this, big tree, and then you are, for example, this is 50, the root node is 50. Right now I want to search whether the root node 30 is available or there or what, right? So which means what you will do, if I have arranged this one in zigzag order, I haven't follow left side should be less or right side should be greater than. I simply randomly just put some things, which means that my search algorithm should search the entire tree, right? It will take a lot of time, right? So, and then we have measured that best case, worst case. So in that case, the worst case will be order of n, because it should search all the nodes, n number of nodes, is it? So I said that, guys, you can check. Yeah, I'll go to that slide. Yeah. So there is root number 8, and in case I'm looking for 14, in the sense, what it will do? So this is not in a order actually, right? Is it in the BST? Yes? No? Because that last nodes are like greater than what do you call that, root, right? So this is not a BST, is it? So you just consider this as a BST first of all, and I'm just saying that the root node is 50, and 30 is somewhere here in the left side. I'm looking for 30. So what happens is it will compare with the root. Then it will say that 30 will be compared with 50, and then that will say that it is less than. So you just go and search in the left side. So which means I don't want to check this right side part. I'll save half of the time. Is it? Then it will keep on searching, and then I can find that particular node, which means I can minimize time. So that's why we are putting something in sorted order. That's the application of that, right? So because when you want to look for something, you can go order wise, so that your searching can be done, and also insertion. So if I'm inserting, I'm not following any particular order, but what you can do is that either you can go completely skewed, like you can keep on inserting in one side, right? Possible, right? Without any rule. I mean, without any BST rule I'm talking about. So in that case, again, searching will be difficult. So that's why we need to balance the tree, and then we need to put something, I mean, arrange something in sorted order, so that it can be easily picked. The element can be easily picked, and even deletion can be performed easily. And if you want to insert something, again compare with the root, and then if it is less than, put it in the left side, or greater than, put it in the right side, so that it will be easy for, again, searching, right? So in this way we can store, because when you want to go for a mathematical expression, there are some rules. Associativity, have you heard about that? I mean, we will give priority to the signs. Signs means this multiplication, plus, and all these things. So which comes first? I mean, I have power, exponent, symbol, and then star, divide, plus, minus. So out of these 5 symbols, which one will be highly prioritized? Exponent, that power first comes. Whenever there is a power, then that will be eliminated first. So it comes right to left. Then this multiplication, division, and then addition and subtraction will go left to right. We have to keep searching from the left of the root. I mean, that equation I'm talking about. I'll just show you one example of that. Here it is. So how you will check for this? I'm not going for a presentation mode, because when the internet got disconnected, the online students can't, I can't sense that whether they are online or what. So I'm just putting in this way. So we have to manage with this, right? Because I can see now whether I'm connected with internet or what, because in the last class it happened. I was not online for 10-15 minutes. So so basically we use this expression tree. We call, binary tree concepts can be applied to store your algebraic expressions. So where you will evaluate this one based on the order. So you will be given an expression, and then you will be asked to construct a tree for this. So then now you need to apply what do you call that? The priority from left to right. So it might go like this. So there is, what you will do is that you need to say that in the leaf node, which is operand and operator here, which is operator, which is operand, minus is operator. I mean, plus, minus, division, all are operators. Then this A, B, C, whatever it is, these are all operands. So there is a rule that in leaf node you should always get operands, not operators. And then I will say that I might put this like C and D. So in this way, I'm just giving you some example. So in this way, you have to make a binary tree. So in this way, we will put, I mean, the root element should be plus. So from there, I will just construct a binary tree for an expression. Again, I'm just storing all these operand and operators in a tree format. So this is how we will represent expression into a binary tree. This is also an advantage application of that. Then you might have seen this IPL chart, how they are forming a team. Team A, Team B will be there. World Cup matches, they will draw a hierarchy diagram. Have you seen that? Team A will be the root, and then there will be 4 teams, and then like final, semi-final, league matches, and then they will keep on minimizing the tree. If there is what do you call that, knockout round, what will happen? if two teams are playing a match, knockout in the sense, if they lose the match, they have to go out of the tournament. There is no other further matches. If they keep on winning, they will keep going. So likewise, you can design a, I mean, this tree application can be used in this part also. Like, can you go through that? So you can apply this one for chess, even in cricket. If you have seen that match summary details, you will understand this. Like you have 8 teams. Okay, first they will participate in the match. Then you will select 4 from that for the next semi-final. Then in the final you will take only 2. Then in the final there will be only 1 winner. So again, if you form the tree, I mean, you can put all the information in that tree format. Then you can easily find which team has scored what and all. So all these things, their scores, their scorecard, matches, number of matches, all these things will be stored in that. So specifically, the thing is, you can search for information in an easy way. For example, if you are looking for information of Indian team players, you just get into that route of Indian team player, and then there, if you explore, I mean, it will display all the player details and all, right? Because whenever Suresh Raina comes to the pitch, they will fetch the detail of that particular person, age 29, matches this one, what do you call that, average, and so many information is there. Then if that player got out, again some other player will come, and then they have to fetch all the information. So in that particular moment, they can't search for that information. Think about that. If they are searching for the whole cricketers in the world, then it is very difficult, right? So in that way, there needs to be some format of storing information. So they use trees over there. I mean, that software got designed in that way. So they will store everything in that tree format so that we are easily searching. I mean, all the information is already stored. So we will just, in the text box, they will type Reina or whatever the player name is. It will give the information. Like we are doing in our application, inserting. We are simply developing small application. If think about that, it is with UI. I mean GUI, front end. We don't develop any front end in C program. We are just understanding the concept, like what is happening, how to insert, how to create memory space using malloc or whatever it is, how to reallocate, right? Only that part we are doing it. The same thing can be enhanced, and then it can be made up. I mean, we can make a GUI, and then that can be also done. So these are all the applications basically. So we are done with this is part 1. Okay, so in part 1, what are the things we have seen until now? Now if I ask you to define what is a tree, what you will say? How you will define a tree? What is a tree? Simple question. What you will write? Tree is there in my classroom outside. It is green in color, right? And one is palm tree, and another one is coconut tree. Is it like that? You will get 2 marks for that. So what will be your definition for tree? Guys who are online, can you answer what is a tree? What? Yes, good point. Then it's a valid point. Can you be a little bit louder because others can hear? Mask down.
Collection of data in hierarchical order.
Yeah, so that is very important. So data will be stored in hierarchical order. Now, how it is going to be stored? You have to draw a tree, A, B, C. So this is a hierarchical order. You can say A is root node, and B and C is child. So these things you can explain. Right. Now, my next question is, what are the terminologies available? I mean, we have learned in tree. So there are a lot of terminologies, around 10 to 12, like root, child, sibling, and then subtree, parent, and then what? Height. Do you know how to calculate height? Level and depth, we have seen. Then node, edges, vertex, path. So all these things are terminologies we have seen, right? This is an important question. They might ask you, you might prepare a program and all for exams, but they will ask you simple question, explain terminologies. Then you will be like, ye kya hai? You don't know. So, huh? That, Sakul? So edges are like that, what do you call that? The path, I mean, the line which is connecting, right? Then what we have seen, and then we have seen a BST. So when it comes to BST, what you will do? Yeah, that two properties you have to mention. Left side of root should be less than, and then right side of root should be greater than. So in this way, you have to construct a small tree, and then you have to show that. So this is a BST, and this can be done. Then we have done something, deletion. Insertion is easy. So you will compare with root and other nodes, then you will insert in left or right subtree or whatever it is. Then what about deletion? If you perform deletion in BST, we have performed it, and we have done it with 3 cases. What are all they? No.
Delete a node with no child.
Yes. So you will delete a node with no child, with single child, right? And then with 2 child, and then in that 2 child we have applied this. What do you call that? Two, we can say 2 kind of sub cases, like successor or predecessor. We have applied successor, not successor, but successor. So which means in that, can you remember what you have done in that while deleting? So deleting with no child or single child is easy.
Either we have to eliminate these two and
Yeah. So if you want to delete a node which has 2 children, then you will remove that root actually, right? You can remove any possible root in that tree. But if you are removing, you have to consider 2 things. If I'm removing root by considering left side of subtree, then what I should do? I should find the largest element from that left subtree and then replace it with the root. Then if I'm looking for a right side subtree, then from the right side subtree, I have to find the smallest element, replace with the root. These are the 2 important things you should remember, right? So that's what I said. You should understand the story. If you understand the story, you can simply explain in your own words. You can write your own example. No need to refer anything, right? Then we have seen general tree versus binary tree. You will be given a tree with 4 or 5 child, maybe 8 child, something like that. Then you need to convert that one into a binary tree. A binary tree should have maximum 2 children, right? So in that way. So where we have applied that left and right technique, and then we have found that. Then finally we have seen TBT, threaded binary tree. That's it. So now in this part 1, we have one topic pending, that is called as balanced tree. Okay, that we will see it in part 2. I have made part 2. That is a little bit lengthy topic. So I'll just give you an intro of that particular topic in this session. The next session we will solve a problem, but you need to understand that one clearly. You need to put your eyes open. Don't sleep, okay? Because it is very important concept that is called as AVL tree. That will be given in a big question always in all the exam papers. You can see that question, okay? So this is what we're gonna see. Now, what is the problem? My question is, I have a question for you. Why we are going for this balanced tree? What do you mean by balanced tree? Still, basic general tree is having a problem because you will have a lot of child. Then it is not following any rule, any order. So in that case, searching will be difficult. Deletion will be difficult. Insertion also will become difficult because it should do all searches. Then it should find the empty space and then it should insert, right? That is a problem in general tree. That is why we go for BST, where we will apply less than in the left side, right, greater than in the right side. But still there is a problem in BST. That's why we are going for this AVL, because BST is not balanced one. I mean, not height balanced one. Let me give you an example for that. then I'll proceed with this. So until now, do you have any queries in this part? Three definitions, three terminologies, uh, BST, general tree, and TBT. Okay, then I'll just move on. So as I said that we have, I have splitted this part 1 into trees and graphs. Graphs will be upcoming in part 3. Okay. So in trees we have one topic pending, that is height balanced tree. That's what we're gonna check. That is called as avial tree. Okay. So can you construct a BST for this sequence? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. What happened? There is something skewed. Left skewed or right skewed? Right skewed. So in this skewed tree, if I want to do search for the last element, how many comparisons I should make? If what is the last element is 12. 6. What is the last element? 12. Okay. 5 comparisons I have to make. 5 or 6. Okay, whatever it is. Which means I want to make 5 or 6 comparisons. If I convert this one into a tree in this way, left and right and all, so in that way, this entire height will be minimized. Is it? Yes or no? So in that aspect, the searching steps might be minimized. I don't want to do 6 comparisons. I might get it in 2 or 3 comparisons itself. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do height balancing. So now this particular skewed tree is going to be rotated. We're gonna learn 4 different rotations in this. That is very important. And after learning that rotations, then we will apply in this kind of tree. Okay, you will be given a sequence again like this, and then you need to construct a avial tree. Avial tree is also a binary search tree. We're going to apply the same thing. Left side should be less than, right side should be greater than. But if it is every single step we need to check whether it is height balanced or not. I think we can switch off fans. I'm much audible, like, right? Okay. So so in each and every single step, I said BST is a problem where you have to do step by step. So first you will insert one element, then next element, then third element. Each step you need to find the height of the tree, and then you need to check whether it is balanced or not. Okay. So if it is not balanced, we will do rotation. We will apply rotation, and then we will make it balanced, and then only we will insert the third element or fourth element. That is little bit a hard process, but when you learn this one, then it is very easy. Fine. So please concentrate on this to understand this. So let me just go for an example first. The same example I'm going to do. Now you have to bear with my handwriting, so it might be. So let me just construct a tree for you. I'm just go. Please construct a BST for this. 30, 40, 10, and I have 50, 20, 5, and 35. So it will be something like this, 30. Where I'll put 40? Left or right? Right side. Because I'll compare with the root. It is greater than. So go right. And then 10. Left side. Then 50. 50 again in the right side. Then 20. I'll compare with 30. Less than. So go left. Then again compare with 10. But it is greater than. So go towards right. Then 5. Yeah. Then 35. Okay. This is 35. Done. Now, so this is one sequence of keys, we can say elements or keys are given. So for the same keys but with different what do you call that sequence, can you construct again? Like I'm just giving you the same keys but putting in different order: 40, 30, 35, then 30, 20, 10, 5. So can you construct a BST for this? So when it comes to BST, we will measure this height. I mean, if it is a minimum tree, then we will say the height could be like log n. So now if I form a BST for this, then it might go like this: 50, 40, then 35, 30, then it keeps on going like 20 and 10 and 5. So this is skewed. So now I just want to find the height of these two trees. So how to find the height? That is the level starts from here, 0, 1, 2. So for height of, okay, I'll let you know the formula. But so now if I want to find the height here, for example, this 30, I need to find how many edges are there in the left side. I mean the deepest part. Left and right I need to find. So here, if I take this part, there are 2 edges, right? So I will say 2. So height of left subtree minus height of right subtree. So in right side, which is the deepest? Yeah, 2 minus 2 is 0. So in AVL tree, either you should get 0 or 1 or minus 1. So if your tree has got these elements, then you can say that tree. I mean, I have just found it for only one. You have to count for this one, find it for all the nodes. So if any node is not balancing, I mean, sometimes you will get it for 3 also. For example, if there are more number of elements, then definitely this might not be balanced. So now always the leaf will be 0, because there is nothing. Then what about 10? What will be the height of this? Height of left subtree minus right subtree. So here on the left side I have 1 edge. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So again it is 0. This is also 0. So this is completely balanced. So can you find the height of this which I have drawn? Height of 50. Now what is height of 50? That's what my question is. How come it is 0? Height of left subtree. What is the height of left subtree now? How many edges are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 5 minus 0. Because right side there is nothing, so 0. 5 minus 0 is 5. Am I satisfying this rule? It should be either 0 or 1 or minus 1. Not more than this. No. Then we need to apply rotation. So now we need to find, we have calculated for this particular node, right? And then we need to rotate this one. That we will learn now, okay? So I'm just giving you an introduction, like why it is not balanced, right? Because here the height is not balanced, because it is going skewed in depth. So this takes a lot of searching time, is it? So in BST, we don't have a control on height. You can insert elements based on that rule, I mean, two properties, left side and right side, but you can't control height. I mean, in BST, have we done any kind of rotation? Did we calculate any height? No, we just simply kept inserting left and right based on the rule. I mean, based on the root element, right? So, but in AVL tree, we will apply the same BST concept, but with every single time when we insert something, we will check for the balancing factor. If the balancing factor does not come under this category 0, 1 or -1, then there we will stop inserting the element. First we will balance that tree, then we will go for the next. Fine. Okay. So guys who are online, are you guys with me? Can you raise your hands?
Yes, sir.
All right. Fine. So I've got a few responses. That's cool. Okay. Put your hands down. So how about offline students? Are you guys with me? Okay. So let me just show you something here before proceeding to that. For example, I have three keys in the sense like 30, 20, and 10. So if I construct a BST for this, what will happen? So there could be like this 30, 20, and 10. So if I change the sequence of this, like 30, 10, and 20, 30, 10, and 20. What could be the sequence? First will be 30, then in the left side 10, then again right side 20. Okay, so if I have an order like 10, 30, 20. I mean, what are the possibilities? If I have three keys, 3 factorial means how much? 6. So now I will get 6 possibilities for the same keys but with different sequence, right? So here it is 20. Now what will be the answer? I'll be having 10 here, then 30 in the right side, because we will apply, you will see the same kind of styles of left and right subtrees in your AVL tree. So there we will apply rotation. After this, now I'm going to apply rotation. That's why I'm just drawing all the possibilities. Okay. So here comes 20. Is it done? Then what will be the order for this one? If I say 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. So 10, then 20 on right, again 30 on right. So the first one is left skewed and then this is right skewed, right? The fourth one is right skewed. Is it? Okay, but we don't know the name of this one. What kind of is this? Okay. So what are the possibilities left still? So let me take 20, 10, 30, and then 20, 30, 10, right? Okay, so now what will be the answer for this? 20, then in the left side 10, then in the right side 30. Then for this, again 20, right side 30, then in the left side 10. So now when you compare this 6 different we can say trees, so which is having minimum height? Last 2, but for same keys with different sequence. So we don't prefer this skewed because you can see the height of 30 is what? This is 1, 2, 2 minus 0 is 2, that is 2, 2, 2, 2, and but this is what? If you calculate height of this is 0, that is also 0. So this is balanced. So I'll go for this. Is it? Okay. So I was talking about some rotation. Is it? So we need to rotate. So now this is balanced. So we are not going to do any kind of rotation for this. But this is not balanced. These four things. So these are all the four types of rotations we're gonna perform in the next. So that is very important. You should understand. So let me just go for that. Yeah. So if you want to rotate, so now which is not balanced here. So if I calculate the height for this, what will be the height for 20? Left side is, I have one edge. So height of left subtree minus height of right subtree. Height of left subtree is 1. Right subtree, there is nothing, 0. So 1 minus 0 is what? 1. So is this coming under that rule? Yes. So leave it. It is balanced. But how about 30? 2 minus 0? 2. So this is not balanced. So we need to rotate this particular fellow. Right? So how to rotate this? That's the next question, is it? So we need to rotate. If you have got something in the left skewed, so we need to write this one in this way. Okay. So that comes like this. So I'm just drawing it. Then in the next diagram, I'll rotate it. So we need to rotate in this way, which means I need to, pull that 30 towards down. So that will come down. 20 will go to the root. And then, I'll be getting this answer actually, if I do that. Right? So this is one type of rotation. Still, I didn't name this. I'll give you the names. Then how about this one, second one? What kind of rotations are possible? How we can balance, how we can rotate and balance. Okay, let's go to this last one. Since this is similar to this. So which side I should rotate?
Yeah.
So again here, which is not balanced? 10 is not balanced, right? So this is 0 and this could be 1 and this is 2. I'm talking about height. So this is not balanced. 10 is not balanced. Again, I will do this kind of rotation, right? I just want to pull this 10 towards down. So what happens? If I drag 10 like this, what happens? 10 will come down. 20 will go up. 30 will be again in the right side. Again, I'll be getting this one. Same one, right?
Yes.
So then it is balanced. So while inserting all your elements in your BST, you have to check for this. Every single time you need to check, every single step you are inserting, whether it is balanced or not. If it is balanced, leave it. Go to the next step, insert. If it is not balanced, rotate and then go for the next step. Fine. So here, step number 2 and 3 is a little bit difficult. So we need to apply 2 times rotation, like double rotation. So what I do is that first I'll rotate this one in this way. Okay. Then I will rotate the whole thing in this way. Are you getting this? So now what I want to do is that first I need to bring this 10 down. Right? Then what happens? 20 will go here. 10 will be like this. Same we will be getting like this. Right? But yes, right? If I do that, if I bring 10 towards down, 20 will go to that place. Then this will be this left skewed, right? Then again, I said that I need to apply this kind of rotation. Then if I apply, I'll be getting this one. So here we need to perform 2 steps. Fine. Then how about the third one? Which side I should rotate? Just opposite to this. So I will just rotate like this, then like this. So in that case, what happens? In the first rotation, I should bring that 30 towards down. So if I bring that 30 down, similar, this answer I will be getting. 30 will come here. 20 will replace 30, right? Then after that, again, I need to apply this kind of rotation. Then I need to pull 10 towards down. Then 30 will go to the root. What happens then?
20 will go to
Yeah, sorry. 20 will go to the root. then you'll be getting the same thing.
Yes.
Fine. So this is how you need to balance. These are the types of rotations. Now we will perform rotation. Then I'm just introducing this directions. I mean, how, in which way I'm gonna rotate. Okay. So there are 4 types of rotations. One is left to left, LL, and then RR, right to right, and then LR, and then RL. So I take the same example. Okay, I'll just do we have time? Since no. Okay, no problem. We will perform this rotation in the next session. Then we will go for an example problem. So now I'll go for attendance.